Today's video is sponsored by GSX. GSX is a gold secured currency. You can check out GSX's pre-sale right now by clicking the link in the description of this video. Its coin has many benefits, including the fact that it is backed by gold and land mineral rights and assets. It even pays yearly dividends through that. It has trust ownership, a coin burn, growth in assets continually, and it is redeemable, audited by a third party, and it has a combination of the best elements from a stablecoin, a cryptocurrency, and an investment coin, which is an incredible combination that I haven't seen before. Make sure to check out GSX's website in the description of this video. Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back in with another cryptocurrency video. Today we're going to be talking about how the crypto market could be gearing up for a pretty significant bull run after its most recent pullback, which was a fairly strong pullback across the board for many cryptocurrencies. But as you can see here on the 7-day time frame, many cryptos have turned green by some pretty big amounts, right? We really got a nice strong bounce back to bullish levels really. And you can see Bitcoin up 7.6% in the past 7 days. Many other altcoins up 10% plus, some of the big ones being Chainlink here with a 23% move in the past 7 days. We've also got Cardano at a 15% move. It's a little bit more mixed amongst the smaller cryptos out there, but still some very nice moves here with an average of around 10% plus upside in the last 7 days alone. So the market, stabilized after the most recent pullback. I will cover the charts for several cryptocurrencies here, including Bitcoin. We had some stabilization, but now we've actually pushed back higher into a much more bullish territory where, like I said, we're really gearing up here for a pretty significant bull run that I think is going to push many of the better cryptocurrencies to a 100% plus increase in the next 6 to 12 months. So some of them that I'm looking very closely at that I think are going to manage to do that the easiest are Bitcoin. Ethereum should be able to do pretty well. Also, Chainlink is a big one. I think Chainlink is going back to $20. I've said this again and before. It's currently right above $10. Just got back above $10. I believe $20 is going to be coming very soon for Chainlink. Cardano, also one that it's actually my biggest holding. I think this one is going to 20 cents plus, really even 30 cents. I'm very bullish on Cardano, and I will be making a full separate video to talk about why it's my biggest holding. So overall, the market has stabilized. There could be a little bit more consolidation left and necessary to really be able to get that healthy bull run that we've been looking at for a while here. And that's going to be that Bitcoin 12,000 plus bull move that should push us to $15,000 and then $20,000 plus for Bitcoin, with hopefully the rest of the market coming along Bitcoin's lead, right? So look out for that. And I also wanted to go over several articles here that I think are really interesting and that are part of a bigger pattern that I'm seeing, which is the scarcity in some of these cryptos, right? Any of them that have somewhat of a limited supply, and obviously, the gold standard for that is Bitcoin. Now, public companies hold almost $7 billion in Bitcoin in heads up to Grayscale. So basically, many publicly traded companies, private companies, are loading up on Bitcoin. And of course, it has, that very limited supply of around 20 million Bitcoin. So the ability for your average person to own a single Bitcoin is becoming harder by the day, and it could be near impossible for any people in the future to even own one single Bitcoin, as the price could be $100,000 plus. So this is why many firms out there are loading up, and they're loading up by the tens, hundreds of million. It's really going to be almost a buying competition here, and that's what we're seeing, right? People are loading up. These private companies are loading up, and they're kind of competing between each other for one on who can hold the most Bitcoin. And I don't really see them having any major intention to sell. Of course, after some major price moves, they may unload a bit, buy back lower. That's definitely possible and foreseeable. But take a look here at this picture, right? This is pretty impressive. Grayscale is the one that holds the most, but we have some other firms that are pretty impressive here. We've got CoinShares with 70,000 Bitcoin holdings. MicroStrategy, 40,000 Bitcoins. Then we've got Square here. This is one that made a recent purchase around 4,700 Bitcoins. And this is really chipping away at the supply, which I think this is going to skyrocket Bitcoin scarcity, really push it higher in terms of price, and the rest of the crypto market alongside with it. Riot Blockchain, 1,000 Bitcoin right there. And keep in mind, these are small to medium sized companies, right? If we see more major corporations like Apple, Microsoft taking some holding into Bitcoin, that is going to be something never seen before, and just going to chip away even more at that already very limited supply. Also wanted to point out Grayscale here that owns a lot of funds in many other cryptocurrencies, not just Bitcoin. They've got a Ripple trust, an Ethereum trust. I'm predicting that they're going to have a Cardano trust as well. And that's also going to limit the supply for those cryptocurrencies as well, so long as they have a limited supply to begin with, right? So really keep that in mind. This is extremely bullish for Bitcoin and through firms like Grayscale, also many other altcoins as well. Very, very bullish in terms of limiting that supply and creating scarcity like never seen before, especially in this high inflation environment where people don't really want to be holding cash, right? They want to be holding assets. And what better than limited supply assets that, some of these even pay dividends in the forms of staking, like Cardano. So this is really, really never seen before stuff going on. And I'm obviously doing everything I can to be able to take a piece of that pie and up my holdings, right? Up my holdings in Bitcoin, which I've been doing over the past week. Up my holdings in the coins that I trust in the most, like Cardano. So also take a look at this. Bitcoin shows clear dollar divergence, right? If you look here, its closest correlation is with the S&P 500 and gold, and lowest here with the US dollar index, right? All the way at the bottom. So it's decoupling from the dollar. It's becoming fully its own asset. And it has a bit more correlation with traditional assets like the stock market or gold, but really in many ways it's outperforming those assets as well. You can see this right here. Bitcoin diverges from legacy markets as breathtaking rally predicted. This is exactly what I'm talking about here. Look at the 30-day correlation with Bitcoin and the US dollar index, drastically decreasing. Gold correlation turning positive here, as you can see, very bullish for Bitcoin, as it's seen almost as a safe haven. And might not be as stable and have the track record that gold does, but I think it's heading towards that, especially with all these big corporations taking, a Bitcoin standard instead of a gold standard, like MicroStrategy has done, and we're seeing many others join, right? Another one is StoneRedge. StoneRedge follows MicroStrategy in going big on BTC, and as you can see here, they scooped up 10,000 Bitcoins. So think about what's that doing to the supply right now, right? Bitcoin is winning the battle of the safe havens as another corporate buys in, and that's $115 million worth, right? Like I said, these are actually, in the world of finance and of these public companies, fairly small amounts, but with Bitcoin's current market cap, this is already going to have an effect. And as many other companies, bigger companies, load up, it's just going to boost the price even more and boost that scarcity even more. This is being rushed as well by the fact that the Fed is printing so many trillions of dollars, right? This is lowering the value of the dollar and really making people scared and pushing them into assets. Of course, limited supply assets, like I've talked about, are going to be your number one picks, things like gold and Bitcoin, limited supply. Also, keep in mind that, in a secondary time, traditional assets like stocks, anything that pays a dividend, that produces value, is also going to be looked at in higher standing than, a fiat currency that's being printed by the trillions, right? Also, take a look at this quote: the extreme wealth concentration created by COVID becomes permanent. This would be a new dark ages. He tweeted on Wednesday, Bitcoin fixes this. So also there, something really interesting to think about. Also, going back into the idea of the bull run that I'm predicting here, multiple data points suggest Bitcoin's 2017 style bull run has begun. This has to do with social sentiment and versus the Bitcoin price. what you'll see here is that blockchain activity matches the bullish sentiment that we're seeing currently, right? Investor activity is predicted on on-chain volume. This is because when Bitcoin moves between wallets, between two different participants, we assume there was a payment for it off-chain. And take a look at these charts here. Look at this, right? With the changing trend resembling the accumulation period that occurred before the 2017 bull market. That's exactly what I'm talking about with our most recent accumulation period and consolidation, stabilization. Could continue a little bit longer, but really, as you're going to probably see here, as what I'm predicting is we're going to, stabilize maybe a little bit more for Bitcoin around 11,500. And then next thing you're going to notice is going to be a 12,500 bull move. And then we're going to be onwards towards $15,000, $20,000 plus for Bitcoin, the rest of the market following that bullish move. If we look at the Bitcoin chart now, what you're going to see is Bitcoin has broke out earlier than expected of the symmetrical triangle pattern. This is something that I had said could have happened. Of course, you need to stick with what's most likely, which is that it would have stayed in the pattern. This didn't turn out. It actually turned out more bullish than I expected, where we got that breakout. We do have a little bit of a uptrend right there that could last. We'll see if it manages. Otherwise, some type of move in between how we are now and this previous uptrend line could happen as we really head towards that $12,500 resistance level next, right? I will go ahead and extend here our uptrend line, and this is really going to be the pattern to look at here for Bitcoin. Is going to be this pink uptrend line as it wedges into this $12,500 level. As you can see, this could still take some time to play out, but Bitcoin does tend to move sooner and faster rather than slower. So also something to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum next. Ethereum is a fairly similar pattern to Bitcoin, a little bit more consolidated, a little bit more suppressed in terms of the price. Currently pulling back here a little bit towards that $360 area. But really, we also have a wedge pattern between this pink uptrend line and the $500 level. So expect it to slowly but surely head towards that $500 area. Let's go ahead and take a look at Chainlink next, and then I'm going to do Cardano. That's going to be it for this video. Make sure to let me know other cryptos you want me to cover in the description, in the comments of this video. So in terms of Chainlink here, still right at that downtrend line. Really, just about to break above it. That would be my prediction here. We've already sort of almost popped out of that, and I think what we're going to see for Chainlink here is, in a bullish scenario, a break back towards $14, $15 that would really push us pretty quickly back to $20. If we don't see that, what we're probably going to see is some type of pattern between this channel here, between the two trend lines drawn out in pink here as we move higher. And finally, Cardano, one that had a pretty rough and mean pullback, but that now has recovered pretty significantly, is looking very good in my opinion. We do have this previous uptrend line that is actually acting as resistance. I'm not too worried about it. The really key thing here is that we got that pullback towards 7 cents, and now we're now back very cleanly and with a strong move back above 10 cents, staying above 10 cents. I don't see us moving back below 10 cents, especially with all these moving averages now moving higher. I think that we're going to see maybe a little bit more consolidation in this area between 10 and 12 cents. And really, I think we're going to be heading back to 15 cents and onwards towards a fully new seen bull run to 15, 20 cents plus for Cardano. That's really going to skyrocket us to 50 cents in the coming months. So very, very bullish on Cardano there. With that being said, this is the end of my video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out my technical analysis master course. Link to that in the description of this video. And make sure to follow me on Twitter for live market updates. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Stay safe and have a great day. I'll see you next time.